our letter of the week, and the funny thing is, this week it's not a letter, it's a shape. We are going to learn how to make the shape of a triangle. A triangle is a pretty fun shape. It has 3 sides and 3 corners. So today, for our letter of the week video, we are going to do 3 things because a triangle is all about 3s. First, we are going to practice building a triangle. Then we will draw a triangle. And last, we will cut out a triangle. What are we going to do first? Who can remember? What are we going to do first? We're going to build a triangle. First, we will build a triangle. To build a triangle, we need 3 lines. So I have some wood pieces here, and I have this one. What is this one called? Big line. Everybody say it. Big line. I have some big lines. I also have this one. What is this one called? Little line. Everybody say it with me. Little line. So I have some big lines and I have some little lines. I also have some other things here that you might be able to find in your house or your classroom that we can use as lines. When we were building some of our letters that had lines, we used some of these things. So I have some sticks from outside. I have some markers. I have some crayons. I have pencils. I have some chopsticks that you might get from a restaurant. I have this butter knife, plastic butter knife. I have some popsicle sticks. Okay, so I have all sorts of things here that we could use as lines. So we can use a lot of different things to build our triangle. Now the question I have, do we need big lines or little lines to build a triangle? Either one is fine. We can do it with big lines or little lines. Let me show you. I'm going to start with the big lines so that you can see it right here on the floor in front of me. I'm going to scooch back. All right. So I'm going to start at the top because I always start at the top. And I'm going to do a big line down, but look here. My big line is sliding. See how it's sliding? Just like it did when we made our letter A. If I get my mat here, I would start in the center, just like a letter A. I would start in the center at the top and I would slide. My triangle's not going to fit on my mat. That's okay. So I would slide just like I did with my A. And then instead of jumping when I'm making a triangle, I'm going to just keep going and I'm going to go across the bottom and then I'm going to slide up. That's how I make my triangle. See how it has 3 sides? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3. And it has 3 corners, 3 places where you change directions when you're drawing. Let's count those too. 1, 2, 3. Triangles are all about 3s. So this is how I would build a triangle with big lines. I'm going to try it with my little lines. All right, I'll still start at the top. I'm going to slide just like with that letter A. And then I'm going to keep going and I'm going to go across the bottom. And then I'm going to slide up to the top. This one looks different because it is little, but it's the same shape because it still has 3 sides. 1, 2, 3, and it still has 3 corners where you change directions when you're drawing. 1, 2, 3. Let's see what else we can build our triangle with. I'm going to try markers. So I have a whole bunch of markers here. How many do I need to make my triangle? How many markers do I need? 3. I need 3 markers. So let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'll start at the top. I'll slide down. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to go across. And then I'm going to slide back up to that corner. This one looks different because it's made of markers, but it's still a triangle because it has 3 sides. 1, 2, 3, and 3 corners. 1, 2, 3. It's a triangle. Let's try another one. How about, I've got some pencils here. All right, I have some pencils and they're different sizes. They're not all the same. Some are big and some are little, and they're a little bit different. But I think I'm going to try to make my triangle anyway and see if that works for me, even if they're not all the same. Okay, so I'm going to start at the top. I'm going to slide down just like with that letter A. And I'm going to go across the bottom. I'm going to go across. And then I'm going to go slide up. I didn't make it all the way because it was a different size. So I'm going to scooch them together so that I have my corners. And this triangle looks different because they're not quite all the same size. But let's find out if it's still a triangle. Let's count and find out. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it does have 3 sides, just like a triangle. Let's count the corners. 1, 2, 3. It has 3 sides and 3 corners. Do you think it's a triangle? Yes, it is a triangle, even though they're not all exactly the same. Let's try building one more. And then we'll draw our triangle. Let's see. Ooh, I have crayons. Let's try that. Start at the top, slide down, across the bottom, and slide up. All right, let's count the crayon triangle. 1, 2, 3. It has 3 sides. Let's count the corners. 1, 2, 3. It has 3 corners. We made a triangle. We found a lot of different ways that we could build a triangle together. All right, I'm going to keep one of these crayons here. And I'm going to scooch closer to you with my paper because let's see what we're going to do next together. First, we built a triangle. We built quite a few using different materials, and now that is all done. Next, we are going to draw a triangle. And last, we are going to cut it out. What are we going to do next? Who can remember? We're going to draw a triangle. Next, we will draw a triangle. That's why I brought my paper and a crayon up here where you can see it nice and close. When I draw a triangle, I'm going to do the same thing I did when I built it. I'm going to start at the top, in the center. And I'm going to slide down. And I'm going to go across. And then I'm going to slide back up. And that makes my triangle. Let's make sure it's a triangle. We'll check it just like we did with the ones we built. Let's count them together. 1, 2, 3. Is it a triangle? Yes, it has 3 sides and 1, 2, 3 corners. We made our triangle. Notice how here at the corners, that's where my crayon changed the way it was going. It went down, sliding down, and then it got to the corner and it changed. And then it went across. And then it changed and it went up. And then if I were going to keep going on my triangle, it would change here and it would go down. So my corners are where my crayon changes direction. Okay? Let's see what's next. First, we built some triangles, and that is all done. Next, we drew a triangle. We used our crayon, and we made sure we made 3 sides and 3 corners where our crayon changed direction. And that is all done. Last, we are going to cut our triangle. What are we going to do last? Cut. Last, we are going to cut our triangle. So I have my scissors here. I'm going to take my paper off of the clipboard so that my helping hand can hold it. And I'm going to turn my camera so that you can see where I'm working. Okay? I'm going to take my scissors. My thumb is going to go in the little hole, and my fingers will go in the big hole. My thumb stays on top. My scissors are pointing forward, and my elbow is glued to my side. I am ready to go. Now it's time for my helping hand to do his job. We're going to hold the paper, and remember, my helping hand can move around the paper wherever I need to put it so that I can cut. I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to cut all the way across. Open, shut, open, shut, open, shut. Cut, cut, cut. Well, now I'm at the end, and I need to go, I'm at a corner, so I need to change direction. Do I want to do this with my scissor to change direction? Look at my elbow way up there. No, I don't want to do that. My elbow has to stay glued to my side. So I'm going to use my helping hand, and I'm going to move where I'm holding on to the paper with my helping hand so that now I can keep cutting forward with my elbow glued in and my scissors going forward and follow my line. Open, shut, open, shut, open, shut, open, shut. There we go. I made it to another corner. So now it's my helping hand's turn to move and change where I'm holding on so that my scissors can stay pointing forward and my elbow can stay at my side. Open, shut, open, shut, open, shut. Cut, cut, cut. Open, shut, open, shut. Look at that. I made it to the end. I cut out my triangle. I worked really hard to stay on the lines, and my helping hand had to move where it was holding on so that way I could keep cutting forward and stay on the lines while I was cutting. This was a tricky shape to cut. Good thing my helping hand was doing a good job to help. All right, my friends. First, we built triangles using lines, and that is all done. Next, we drew a triangle. We made sure it had 3 sides and 3 corners where we changed direction, and that is all done. Last, we cut a triangle, and on those 3 corners, we had to change direction, and our helping hand was helping us do that. And now that is all done. We are all done with our letter of the week activity, which was actually a shape. I think it's kind of fun when that happens and we get to work on shapes instead of a letter just for a special surprise. Thank you, my friends.